What if Naruto was like Broly Part 4? Zabuza dropped to the ground and ripped his sword out of the tree with one hand and tells Team 7 that if they don't want to die here, hand over the bridge builder. Kakashi tells Zabuza that the only person who's going to die here is you. He raises his headband, revealing his Sharingan, and gets ready to fight. But before he shoots towards Zabuza, he tells his team to protect Tazuna and asks Naruto if he can provide some long-range support. Naruto tells Kakashi that he can try, but he's still not as practiced with his abilities as he'd like. Kakashi smiles from under his mask, letting Naruto know just to do his best. Kakashi leaps towards Zabuza, Sharingan tracking and piercing into Zabuza's eyes. They start trading blows, astounding Sasuke and Sakura, who can hardly keep up, while Naruto can perceive the fight just fine, commenting that they're just getting started. Naruto keeps looking for an opening, but any chance he has a chance of hitting Kakashi, and that isn't an option yet. Sasuke and Sakura were both feeling sick to their stomach, with all the bloodlust and intent to kill being released from this battle. But both of them were shocked when they looked at Naruto, who was focused and somewhat smiling, like he was thrilled with the possibility of dying here. But in reality, he was excited that he might be able to take on Zabuza himself. Kakashi eventually gets caught in the water prison jutsu, like the original, and Zabuza makes a water clone to go after the 3 Genin and the bridge builder. Naruto takes on the water clone and turns it into droplets in 4 punches. Zabuza thinks to himself that this kid is pretty strong, so he infuses more chakra into the clones and sends them after Naruto, only targeting him. This put Naruto in a predicament as he didn't have any area of effect moves yet. So he made one shadow clone and they stood back to back, with both of their hands pointing towards the clones. Meanwhile, Sasuke and Sakura were coming up with a plan to get Kakashi out of the water prison. Naruto launched his ki blasts at the clones, completely dismantling them and giving the real Zabuza a sense of dread at what this kid had just done, thinking that attack resembled the rumours of the Rasengan. He shouts at Naruto, asking what attack that was, but before Naruto could respond, a massive shuriken goes past his head, going straight at Zabuza. Zabuza catches the shuriken like in the original, but like the original, there was another one in his shadow. He jumps over this one laughing, saying that they weren't going to stop him with a technique like that. But from behind him, he hears a girl's voice shouting, saying, "Thanks for teaching me this, Naruto. Thanks for teaching me this move, Naruto." Sakura had made a shadow clone that she learned of Naruto in the month of missions, and that clone was about to put a kunai through Zabuza's arm. Zabuza, with no option, pulls his arm out of the water prison, releasing Kakashi, and destroys Sakura's clone. He then sets his eyes on Naruto, seeing him as the biggest threat, as he not only took out his clones, but he was the reason that girl knew the Shadow Clone Jutsu. But before Zabuza could even land a blow on Naruto, Kakashi was there, with his fist pressed against the Executioner's blade. Naruto took the opportunity and punched Zabuza back into the water, and Naruto jumped after him with quite a big ki blast in his hand ready to finish it. But at that point, a needle goes into Naruto's neck, knocking him out. Haku arrives and doesn't even try and lie to the team, as the jig is up before it even started. He picks up the beaten and battered Zabuza and gets out of there as quickly as possible. Kakashi, knowing that he's in no condition to fight a fresh opponent with unknown abilities, picks the unconscious Naruto up and asks Tazuna if there was some place they could stay for now. To which Tazuna tells them that they can stay with him until their mission is over, as they did just save his life. Sasuke is pissed, knowing that right now he is more useless than Sakura. Yes, the Shogun was his idea and he threw it, but everything else was done by the others while he just stood there. Naruto wakes up in the morning with a banging headache, as you would expect from being knocked out, and almost, very closely, nearly spamming a move that still needs a lot of practice. Kakashi sees Naruto awake and thanks him for keeping everyone safe and complimenting him on his strength. Naruto puts his hand behind his head, slightly embarrassed, and says it was nothing, but I wish I could have fought him more. It was kind of fun. Kakashi says not to underestimate him, but then chuckles, saying that you'll get another pop at him. Kakashi tells Naruto what happened after he passed out, and that Zabuza will be back. He gives his team the tree walking exercise, which Sakura gets straight away like usual. Sasuke manages to stick to the tree, but only for a brief moment. But Naruto can't even stick to the tree, as the way it works is that person's chakra connects to the surface like a magnet, and Naruto doesn't have chakra. Sasuke smirks, thinking that he finally has something to hang over Naruto's head, as he can do it and Naruto can't. Kakashi takes Naruto to the side and tells him about his hypothesis. After seeing the clones floating, he thinks that Naruto might actually have the capability to fly. Naruto didn't even notice that his clones were floating during the bell test, and just starts pushing his power to his feet. Not as a steady stream, but a burst of power, which sent him flying up, but he came straight back down. Smiling, Naruto goes off into the woods to train on his own. After a few hours, Naruto manages to float a little, but not fully fly. However, he now knows the trick is to use his power and create a somewhat dome of ki under his feet, and burst power from the centre of the dome, pointing in the opposite direction that he wants to go. But regulating the power at this point is still tricky. The next day, Team 7 head to the bridge with Tazuna, who had nearly finished the bridge. About an hour after they get there, the same mist as before descends on the group, only this time the group know that two fighters will be there. And sure enough, they see two silhouettes through the mist, Zabuza Momochi and a young boy. Naruto pushes his ki underneath him like he had been practicing, floated above the ground, and darted towards the two ninja. Let me know what you think about his part and any improvements I can make. It would be longer, but I am sweating my ass off because it's 34 degrees outside, and in my flat it's so much hotter. So I am melting. But anyway, see you later. Bye.